Hello students, today we will go through practical based chapter, that is chapter number 4, more on Microsoft Word 2007. Today in this video I will show the two formatting features of Microsoft Word. Number one is format painter and second is using subscript and superscript in the text. Now let us understand what format painter is. Format painter is a tool used to copy the formatting effect of the text to another text or another selection. Suppose if you want to give the same formatting effect of the previous text to any other text, you can use format painter option. So let me start Microsoft Word. Click on Microsoft Start menu, and from the Start menu click on Microsoft Office Word, or you can go to All Program, and from the Microsoft Office drop down list you can click on Microsoft Office Word 2007. So this is my Microsoft Word document. So let me work on my document. Now as I have already entered the text, so I will be working on this text. Let me give some formatting features to this text. Say I want to apply some of the font option, so I will not select the whole text, I will select a few part of the sentence. Suppose say this one, and let me make the text red in color. Let me increase the size and let me change the font, or what we call it as a handwriting style. Now what I want is, I want to apply this formatting features or formatting effect to any other text or sentence or even the paragraph in my document. So either you can select the whole text or you can select a single word. So let me select a single word here, and you see in the home tab in the clipboard group you will see a format painter tool. Again in the home tab and in the clipboard group you will see a format painter tool. After selecting the text, click on format painter tool. Now you see that the pointer changes into the brush shape. Now you can apply the copied format by selecting the text and clicking on it. Suppose say I want to apply this formatting here. You just need to select the text, release the mouse button. See, the same formatting has been applied here without going to the font section here. Suppose again if you want to give this formatting to another text, you need to select it, go to the format painter and click any of the text or sentence. Suppose let me select this sentence. After selecting, just release the mouse button. The formatting effects will be applied to that particular text or sentence. Now I want to apply this formatting feature to multiple text. So if you want to apply this formatting feature to multiple text without going into the format painter tool again and again, you need to double click the format painter tool. So let me select the text, this one. Now instead of single click, I will double click the format painter tool. So click the format painter tool 2 times. Now wherever you want to apply this formatting, you just select the text, and without going to format painter tool again and again, you can continuously select the text or the sentence or the paragraph, whatever you want. So we call it as applying the copied formatting to multiple text by using by double clicking the format painter. Now see, if you go to the format painter tool, you see the format painter tool has been selected. This is a toggle button, so you need to deselect it. You can deselect it by clicking on this format painter tool. 1 second, just click on this tool. Now see, this particular tool has been deselected. Now say I want to clear this formatting. So if you want to clear this formatting, you need to select the text, and after selecting the text, in the home group and in the in the home tab and in the font group, you click on this button. We call this as a clear formatting button. Just click on this, so your text will move back to the same position as it was before. So in this way you can apply a formatting effects by clicking on the format painter tool, and you can remove the formatting effects by clicking on clear formatting button in the home tab. Now I will show you how to use subscript and superscript. Now as the name suggests, subscript, sub means below. So if you want to place the selected text slightly below the normal baseline, we call it as a subscript. So the text appears smaller than the rest of the text. Super means above. So if you want to place any of the text slightly above the normal baseline, we call it as a superscript. So even in the superscript, the text appears smaller than rest of the text. Now let me go to this particular area. Let me make it bold and increase the size. Now I will work on this text. Now see, we call this as a normal baseline. Say this particular word, I want to bring it above the normal baseline. So you need to select it. I will show you two different ways how to use superscript and subscript. In the home tab and in the font group, you need to click on the font dialog box launcher, means this particular arrow. We call it as a font dialog box launcher. So click on this arrow, you will see a font dialog box. Now in the font dialog box, if you go into the effects section, you will see superscript here. You can click on this superscript and click on OK. See, this particular word has been shifted above the normal baseline and it appears smaller than rest of the text. Similarly, if you want to put the text below the normal baseline, we call it as a subscript. Suppose, let me go to this particular area and select it. I want to bring it below the normal baseline. So again, you can go, after selecting the text, you can go to the font dialog box launcher, click on this arrow, and you will see the subscript checkbox in the effect option. So click on subscript and click on OK button. Now you can see this particular text has been below the normal baseline and even it appears smaller than rest of the text. Now I will show you more easier way to use subscript and superscript. Say I want to put this particular text above the normal baseline. Now this time, directly in the font group, you can click on these two buttons. We call this as a subscript button and this as a superscript button. So if you click here, the text will move slightly above the normal baseline. So this is the superscript button, and let me select another text. You click on this button, we call this as a subscript button. Click on here, see the text has moved slightly below. So you can also directly click subscript and superscript button in the font group of home tab. Now let me work on this. These are some of the chemical formula. Say I want to bring these two below the normal baseline. So either you can go into the font dialog box launcher and you can select subscript from here, or you can directly click on the subscript button in the font group. It has been shifted down. So this is the chemical formula for water. So let me click on subscript, it has moved down. Now I want to bring these two above the normal baseline. So I have to use the superscript button. So click on superscript, it has shifted above the normal baseline. So this is how we use subscript and superscript option both in the text or the number in a document. Finally, I want to show you how to use the font effect. So let me select this whole text. After selecting the text, now I will go to the font dialog box launcher. So click on the font dialog box launcher. So this is the font dialog box. Here we have already worked with superscript and subscript. Now we will work with other font options here. Now I want to make the text bold, italic. If you want to increase the size, you can increase the size. You will see everything in the sample box or a sample text box here. I want to change the handwriting style. So you can go and you can select the handwriting style as you want. If you want to give the strike through, means a single line in between, click on strike through, one single line will come. If you want a double line, click on double strike through, two lines will come. So accordingly you can click on the checkbox. If you want to give shadow, you can give the shadow. If you want the outline, you can give the outline. Embrush, engrave, any of the features you can use it. Let me use the color. You can use the color from the font color option here, this particular color. So let me give the embrush and finally click on OK. We call this as a font effect. Now see, this is the font effect. You can use your own font effect according to your wish. So in this chapter I have showed you how to use a format painter tool, how to use subscript and superscript both in text and number, and finally I have showed you how to use font effect. Now I hope you have understood it. I want all of you to open Microsoft Word and practice these three features at home. Thank you, children.